Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off your hot and cold water supplies. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool Duet washer drain pump assembly. It's going to be a very easy repair and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the washer drain pump, some grommets, and the instructions. The main reason you'll be changing out the washer drain pump is that the motor is no good and it's not draining out the water, or the housing cracked and it has a leak. In order to get access to the part, we have to remove the lower access panel. It's held on by a few screws underneath the bottom panel. So we're going to use our Torx 20 driver to take them out. So the screws are located down at the bottom. On this particular model there's 3 that go across. Once you have those 3 screws out, you can just shake the panel, get it to drop down, and then get it out of the way. Alright, in order to get the drain pump out, first thing we have to do is lift up the cover to access the wire harness. All you have to do is press down on this release and you can pull the wire harness off and then take the wires off the motor right here and get it out of the way. Now that we have the wires off, we can remove the hose clamps. So you're just going to use the pliers. Make sure that you put a pretty big towel underneath your washer because a lot of water is going to drain out of these 2 hoses. Now that we have the hoses off the drain pump, it's held in place by either this front orange tab or you might have a screw that you have to pull off. This particular style has the locking tab, so it can't show you the screw, but all you have to do is lift up on it and push it backwards so it goes into this big hole. The rear ones you have to lift up and pull forward a little bit on the pump, and then you can bring the whole pump assembly out. Here's the old drain pump assembly next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. The one thing that you do have to do is make sure you match the mounting up between the pump you took off and the pump you're putting on. Ours has the same front mount. If the front of your pump had a screw to hold it down, then you have to take on the new pump and remove this orange fitting, stick this grommet in there, put the metal insert in, and then you can use the screw that they provide to screw that down to the frame. Now the instructions also say if on the original pump you had black rear grommets, then you need to replace the new ones with these. So you would basically pull these off and then put in the replacement ones. When you put them in, you want to make sure that the opening is to the back. If you put them in the wrong way, they're not going to be able to slide onto the washer frame. So once you make those changes, then we can install the pump. We're not going to do these particular changes because our pump doesn't need to. But if you have one of those styles that is different, you have to change it over before you can mount it. In order to put the new drain pump in, we have to put the rear grommets in, and then we can push back on them to get them all the way in so they go all the way down and sit flush. Make sure we do that on both sides. And we can put the front one in. We can lift it back up a little bit. And this grommet needs to go into this hole. And then you can slide it forward and then stretch it up and put it into here. We can hook the hoses back up and plug it in. All right, we can reach back behind the pump and slide the black hose on. And then we can put the drain hose on. And we can make sure that this little tab is in that little notch right there. Once we have that pushed on, we move the clamp up. Now that we have everything mounted, we can hook up the electrical cord. All you have to do is open up the cover, snap it into place. Remember to cut this little pointy part of the latch off if it's in the way, but it should just snap into place. And then you put the wires back on the motor clip, and then we can close the cover. Now that we have the part installed, we can put the front cover back on. All we have to do is slide it underneath and lift it into place. Once you have it lifted into place, we can put the screws back in. There's a total of 3 screws that hold the bottom panel on. Now that you're done repairing the washer, you can plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a test spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.